Can you feel that electric hum in the air, that undeniable tremor of anticipation that signals something monumental is brewing? Because right now, in the heart of British Columbia, the Vancouver Canucks aren't just playing hockey, they're playing a high-stakes game of chess, and they've just signaled their intent to make another audacious move that could reshape their roster and redefine their season. Just last week, they pulled off a savvy trade, bringing Lukas Reichel into the fold. But if you thought that was the grand finale, think again. That was merely the opening act, a tantalizing appetizer before the main course. The Canucks are far from done, and the whispers from inside the league are growing louder, pointing towards a relentless pursuit of a critical piece that could elevate this team from hopeful contender to genuine threat. Are you ready for another seismic shift in the NHL landscape, orchestrated by a team that refuses to stand still? The Vancouver Canucks, under the astute leadership of General Manager Patrik Allvin and President Jim Rutherford, have made it abundantly clear they are not content with incremental improvements. Their recent acquisition of Lukas Reichel from the Chicago Blackhawks, a promising young forward secured for a modest fourth-round pick in the 2027 NHL Draft, was a clear statement of intent. It was a low-risk, high-reward move that injected youth and potential into their forward group. But it was also a precursor, a subtle hint that the Canucks are operating with a broader, more aggressive strategy in mind. This isn't a team that's just tinkering around the edges. This is a franchise actively seeking to fortify its core, to add the kind of impactful talent that can make a tangible difference in the grueling march towards the playoffs. The immediate and most pressing need, the gaping hole that the Canucks are now aggressively trying to fill, is at the center position. While the search for an experienced pivot is nothing new for Vancouver, the urgency has intensified dramatically with the recent injury to Filip Chytil. Chytil's absence has created a void that goes beyond just a missing body. It impacts line combinations, defensive assignments, and the overall offensive flow. A strong center core is the engine of any successful NHL team, driving offensive transitions, anchoring defensive schemes, and providing crucial face-off wins. Without adequate depth down the middle, even the most talented wingers can struggle to find their rhythm, and the entire team can become vulnerable. The Canucks understand this fundamental truth, and it's fueling their relentless pursuit. According to several well-connected insiders, most notably the highly respected Elliotte Friedman, the Canucks have set their sights on an experienced center from the Boston Bruins, Pavel Zacha. Friedman, a veritable oracle of NHL news, delved into the Canucks center search during the October 25th edition of Saturday Headlines, leaving no room for ambiguity. The Canucks contacted the Bruins this week about Zacha. That's true, and that's been going on for quite some time. I think it's going all the way back to the summer. The Canucks and Bruins have been on-off about this. This isn't a fleeting interest. This is a long-standing courtship, a persistent pursuit that has simmered beneath the surface for months, now brought to a boiling point by the Canucks' heightened urgency. Zacha, a 26-year-old Czech forward, would be an immediate and impactful addition to the Canucks lineup. His skill set, characterized by strong two-way play, responsible defensive assignments, and a burgeoning offensive touch, makes him an ideal fit. He could immediately slide in behind Elias Pettersson, providing crucial depth and taking some of the defensive burden off the Canucks superstar. But the possibilities don't end there. Given Pettersson's occasional inconsistencies in play, Zacha could even be pushed to the top line, offering a different dynamic and allowing the coaching staff more flexibility in deploying their offensive weapons. Imagine the stability and versatility Zacha could bring, shoring up the middle and allowing the Canucks' talented wingers to truly flourish. However, as with any high-stakes trade, there's a significant hurdle to clear. Pavel Zacha possesses an 8-team no-trade clause. This isn't just about the Bruins being willing to deal, it's about Zacha being willing to go to Vancouver. His NTC adds a layer of complexity, a personal preference that must be navigated. It means the Canucks aren't just negotiating with the Bruins front office, they're also, in a sense, negotiating with Zacha himself, needing to convince him that Vancouver is the right destination for his career. This detail injects a fascinating element of human drama into the trade talks, reminding us that these aren't just pieces on a chessboard, but individuals with their own aspirations and preferences. Will the Canucks' vision and the opportunity they present be enough to sway Zacha? Should he have them on his no-trade list? That remains a critical, unanswered question. But Zacha isn't the only Bruins player on the Canucks' radar. According to David Pagnotta of the fourth period, the Canucks have also been diligently checking in on another Boston center, Casey Mittelstadt. This suggests a multi-pronged approach, a strategic flexibility that allows the Canucks to pivot if their primary target proves unattainable. Mittelstadt, like Zacha, has reportedly been shopped around by the Bruins, though Pagnotta notes there hasn't been significant interest in him at the moment. This could potentially make Mittelstadt a more accessible and perhaps less costly option for Vancouver. Pagnotta's insights further solidify the connection between the two clubs. In an October 25th piece, he was quoted stating, "There are players they are exploring on, and I would imagine that Boston would be a club that Allvin and President Jim Rutherford are going to at least poke on to see what the price tag would be for either of those players." He concluded with a clear assessment. From the Canucks' perspective, those are two players that would appeal. This isn't just idle speculation. It's a clear indication that the Canucks front office sees a genuine fit and value in both Zacha and Mittelstadt, and they are actively engaged in understanding the market for each. The prevailing wisdom, therefore, points towards a strong possibility that the Canucks and Bruins could be poised to make something happen. The long-standing interest in Zacha, coupled with the exploration of Mittelstadt, suggests a strategic alignment between the two organizations. The Bruins, a team that has recently undergone significant roster changes, might be open to moving pieces for future assets or to create cap flexibility. The Canucks, on the other hand, have a clear and urgent need, exacerbated by their injury situation. While there is no trade imminent, no deal is on the verge of being announced as we speak. The underlying factors are all converging. The sense of urgency in Vancouver is growing with each passing day, making it feel less like a question of if a deal will happen and more like a question of when. This isn't just about acquiring a player. It's about a franchise making a definitive statement about its ambitions. The Canucks are signaling to the rest of the league, and more importantly to their passionate fanbase, that they are all in. They are committed to building a winning team, and they are willing to be aggressive and creative to achieve that goal. The Reichel trade was a taste of their strategic thinking, a glimpse into their willingness to find value where others might not. Now, with the pursuit of Zacha and Mittelstadt, they are targeting a more immediate, impactful upgrade, a piece that could genuinely push them into the upper echelon of the Western Conference. The stakes are incredibly high. A successful acquisition could provide the much-needed stability and depth at center, allowing the Canucks' offensive stars to shine even brighter and their defensive structure to become more robust. It could be the catalyst that transforms a promising start into a truly memorable season. Conversely, failing to land a suitable center could leave them vulnerable, exposed to the rigors of a long season and the unforgiving nature of playoff hockey. But the Canucks, it seems, are not content to sit idly by. They are actively shaping their destiny, and the pursuit of a Bruins center is at the very heart of that audacious plan. The clock is ticking, the tension is building, and the hockey world waits with bated breath to see what bold move the Vancouver Canucks will make next. What do you think about the Canucks' aggressive pursuit of a center? Do you believe Pavel Zacha or Casey Mittelstadt is the right fit, or should they be looking elsewhere? Let us know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. And if you're as excited as we are to see how this high-stakes drama unfolds, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for all the latest breaking news and in-depth analysis on the Vancouver Canucks.